Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy you stopped by tonight. We're still making recipes using our leftover Thanksgiving dinner. We're about done with that, but tonight we're not using turkey. We're using the dressing that we have left over and the cranberry sauce. And to that, I'm going to add some apples. We've got some Granny Smith apples we chopped up earlier, had them soaking in citrus so they wouldn't turn brown on us. So if you have leftover stuffing or dressing, you can use that to stuff your pork chops. If not, you can use the stovetop version. That's perfectly fine. And I'm going to show you how I make my dressing a little later so you can make it for Christmas if you would like. This is a favorite in my family. I don't know about you. Our family, the turkey is a side dish. The dressing is a star, so I always make 2 big pans of it. But I just had a little bit left over and wanted to use it for something else other than just eating. So we're going to use, you can use a thick cut pork chop and butterfly it and stuff it, or you can do it like I'm doing, and I'm using 2 thinner cut pork chops, and I'm going to kind of sandwich the stuffing in there. So however you prefer to do that. You can use boneless or you could use bone-in. Right now I'm using bone-in because that's what I could find at the store. So we're going to season our pork chops, and you can season them with whatever seasonings your family enjoys. We're going to use this. It's the Grill Mate Honey Hickory Rub, and we're going to use a little Himalaya pink salt and some black pepper, and we're going to sear it in some extra virgin olive oil. So we're going to put your pork chops together, line them up as best as you can. I have one that's kind of odd shaped. It's not going to line up perfectly, but it's okay. It's going to taste wonderful. So, and this is just a taste. You can season it how heavily or as lightly as you like. So we're going to sprinkle it with the honey rub and just kind of rub it all in. All sides if you're using thinner cut. Just get that really coated in there. And we're going to sprinkle a little salt. Not a whole lot. That's the good thing about using the 2 smaller ones. You can season the inside a lot easier. And a little black pepper. Now notice I'm taking good care not to touch my other food with the hand I'm touching the meat with. So just a little black pepper there. Okay, I think these are good and seasoned and ready to sear. Okay, we got our pan nice and hot, and we're going to sear these. We're going to take a little bit of the olive oil and coat the pan. And just kind of move that around a little bit. Get the pan good and coated here. Now we're not cooking the pork chops, we just want to sear them. Just, just a few minutes on each side will work perfectly. So I'm going to get a fork to help me kind of turn these a little bit right here. Okay, you just want them to brown just a little bit, not cooked, just brown. That'll kind of sear in the juices and make it more savory and just delicious. Okay, let's see if these are about. Yeah, that's good. You want to get them about like that. We're going to bake these in the oven, so the goal is not to get them done. It's just to sear in the juices to lock in that flavor. Okay, so we're going to sear the other side just for a little bit. So comment below what are some of your favorite things to do with your leftovers. Do you eat a lot of sandwiches? I've been eating a lot of sandwiches. I love turkey sandwiches. Do you cook a turkey at Thanksgiving? Do you cook a ham, or do you do something else? You know, some of you may go to somebody else's house and you don't have these leftovers. But, you know, like I said, for this one, you can use the stovetop method, the stovetop stuffing, and it will be just as good. But I'm using my leftovers so it won't spoil. Okay, we get that good and seared here. And then I'm going to take these out of the pan. And I'm going to put them aside. They're going to have to cool a little bit. I think I want to brown this side just a little bit more. Yeah. They do need to cool a little bit so you can handle them and put the stuffing in. So I've got the other three that I'm going to put in here. I'm going to get these good and seared, and then we will be back after they cool so that we can get them stuffed and in the oven. Be right back. Okay, now we're back. The pork chops have cooled off. I went ahead and put just a little layer, not a layer, but just slightly coated my pan with olive oil. You can use cooking spray, just, you know, make sure they don't stick. So they've cooled off, and I've got them laid out on the pan so that I can sandwich them. It'll be a little different if you're using a butterfly thick cut. So I'm going to take a spoonful of the dressing and just pop that on top of one side there. And I've got a total of 6 pork chops, so it's going to make 3 servings. So, and if you have extra dressing, you can do more pork chops. Okay, so I've got dressing on these. Now, I'm going to take that spoon out and just use my fingers here. So I'm going to take just a few of these apples here. Okay, press that down. And we're going to use a little more stuffing. Try not to contaminate your cooked food with your raw meat if you can help it, in case you want to eat it. If you do, you know, I wouldn't eat it if it's contaminated unless you're going to cook it some more. So I'm just kind of layering the stuffing, dressing, the apples, and then more dressing on top of that. These are going to be delicious. Now we're just going to sandwich these. If you would like to put a toothpick to secure them, you can. Mine's pretty thick. It's okay if it falls out of the edges here. I just kind of press that down. Now, the cranberry sauce that we have, we're just going to put it over the top here. And this is just going to kind of glaze our chops. Just get it good and coated on one side here. Oh, I can't wait to eat these. They're going to be so good. If you make this, please let me know. Or if you have your version of making this, I'd like to know. Is this something your family makes a lot? Or, you know, have you thought of, you know, making stuffed pork chops? Let's just finish off this cranberry sauce here. All right. Now, these are ready to go in the oven. I have my oven heated at 350. They need to bake for 30 to 40 minutes, but they need to be good and done. I recommend using a meat thermometer and it needs to be between 165 to 180. And so just make sure they're good and done, and we will be back in a moment. Okay, we're back. I cooked my pork chops till they reached a temperature of 180. So they should be good and done now. And I've paired it with baked potato and Brussels sprouts. And I'm going to share the recipe for our Brussels sprouts a little later on. So be looking out for that video. So let's see how our pork chops turn out. All right. I wish you could smell it. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it's hot. Okay. Oh, smelling this cooking, it's making me really hungry. Yes. Amazing. Try this at home. Let me know if you tried it. Please remember to like and share this video. You can comment below any suggestions you may have. And if you make this recipe, I'd love to know. So please like and subscribe and click that little bell icon so you're notified when I make a new video. I'm not just doing cooking videos. I'll be doing some crafting and some health and beauty. And we're just going to have a lot of fun here, and just want to show you a lot of different ways to be creative in your lifestyle. So I'm going to go enjoy my dinner with my husband, and I hope you have a blessed evening. Good night.